Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm going to talk about the drama today. This film I was able to see in a movie theater, which was really kind of fun to watch with the crowd as it warranted different reactions, that's for sure. I will give it that 100% that this is a story that starts a conversation after you walk out of it, which is one of the main drawing points, and also the fact that nobody really knows what this movie's about. This film is brought to us by Christopher Borgli, who did the film Dream Scenario, which a lot of people were a big fan of, and I was very excited to see what he did with this film, even though I knew nothing about it. But there was some intrigue to it, and I will do my best to skate around it because this whole movie is almost a spoiler, so I'll just give you a synopsis based on what was in the trailer. Basically, this film stars Robert Pattinson and Zendaya as Charlie and Emma, an engaged couple planning their wedding, and something goes down. That's about the best I can describe this film. When Charlie and Emma are having a dinner with their friends Rachel and Mike, they decide to play a game naming off the worst things that they have ever done. Emma says something that throws a wrench into the relationship. I cannot reveal what that thing is, but they are dealing with it for the rest of the movie, essentially, and it really does cause a lot of chaos dynamics between these characters. I'll hand it to the movie. When the reveal happens, I really was like, oh my gosh, they actually went there, because it's one of those things where it's like you can't really say it's not a big deal. It actually creates for the perfect plot of utter chaos, and this movie's really funny. That's emotional at times. This movie kind of has it all going for it, which is why I gotta say I think that the year is gonna end with this being in my top 10, because every so often you walk out of a movie and you go, I didn't really have an issue with that. I really didn't have an issue with that. The drama is one of them. There is a character quirk that they give to Zendaya's Emma that I do wish they would have maybe come back to, but it was more of a preferential thing than an issue I had with the overall script or film. I unfortunately can't give you that detail here, but when you see the movie, maybe you'll know what I'm talking about, but I am not going to dock the movie one bit for it. Guys, this movie is just utterly fantastic. I really thought that the way it was written, directed, edited together, the editing is actually a major part of this, because it's very disorienting the whole time you're watching it. You don't really know what to believe or what not to believe, and that's very much on purpose. But when you get to the ending and the whole thing culminates, and I would argue that without this final 5-minute sequence that happens, I don't think the movie comes together nearly as well for me. And I think that is the risk of doing something on a simple level like the drama is, because yes, while the characters are complex, I mean, the plot just kind of is what it is. You have to really stick the landing, and when you do, as well as this film does, you can walk out of there with glowing reviews as per this one, because I really thoroughly enjoyed the work here. It's shot extremely well. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are amazing. You buy them as these characters, and it feels very real throughout the film. They are two of the best actors of our generation, and you can almost argue like Zendaya is the best actress of our generation, and Pattinson is slowly crawling his way up to that status, I would argue, as well. And I actually think Robert Pattinson was the standout in this movie. I was very impressed with his work throughout. I think he has to bring a lot of different skill sets to this role to make the movie work. A big part of it does fall on his shoulders. I would actually argue that Charlie is the main character a little bit more over Emma, but that's as intended. It actually feels very well balanced between the two for the most part still. One of the standouts I gotta say here is Alana Haim as Rachel, who is the friend that ultimately gets upset, and you'll see this in the trailer, at what Emma had to say was the worst thing that she had ever done. But in my opinion, and people are going to connect all of these characters very differently, which I think is such a testament to the way this film is written, but Alana Haim as Rachel was a standout here. And I think for me, and I want to be careful when I say this character was written in such a way that got very much under my skin throughout the entirety of the movie, and I think that Alana performed it in that way very well. And I'm not just saying that because I have a Haim bias. I am a fan of her band Haim, and I have seen them live. I actually walked in figuring she'd be a character with like 2 lines in this film, and she ended up having a much bigger role. So yes, as a Haim fan, obviously I was pleased with that, but I actually think that she does have a career in acting. I mean, she has already done some of the most iconic films, I would argue, of this generation. So guys, not only did I think that the drama was just absolutely perfectly done, I think that if you're looking for the experience that the trailers pitched you, you will get that and then some, because there's a lot more character study and character complexity to this movie that you don't see in the trailer, but will ultimately lead up to the best possible ending for this film. I feel I don't think this movie is going to be for everybody, but if you watch the trailer and were genuinely curious on what was going on, then you should definitely see it and give it a shot, because I don't know how this movie is going to affect each individual person. I can only speak in my own circles. In my own circles, I think everybody I've spoken to really loves this movie, and it really means something to them. But if I took away one thing, honestly, it's that I do wish more films were as original as this one and as risky as this one. Honestly, I can't tell you what the movie is, unfortunately, really, except for what was in the trailer or what kind of experience you're gonna get. But what I can tell you is, if you're one of those that are complaining we never get anything new or original, this is an actual really good destination to go to. I highly recommend the drama. Please check it out if you haven't yet. I don't really grade movies anymore, but this one passes with flying colors. So thank you guys for joining today. If you like what you saw here, please hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit the bell for notifications. It's always much appreciated. My name is Dom, and I will talk to you guys later.